Minister, I remember about 12 months ago you visited Cork, and me and you, for our sins I suppose, had to put on a pair of football boots and a pair of football socks, and we ended up playing a charity match for a very worthwhile organisation in Cork which was just getting off the ground in terms of trying to help families who had lost loved ones through suicide. And that is being replicated right across the state, Minister. And I don't think there's probably one deputy in this House or even one member of the public who hasn't at some time contributed to a charity of some sort. Deputy McLaughlin put it very well when he said that by our very nature Irish people are charitable, and we do so without a grumble, and we do so because we recognise that there are people who, despite any hardships that people themselves may be enduring, they always recognise that there are those out there who are worse off and who are in greater need of either finances or supports or just resources to help them to live a better quality of life. And I don't think there's probably any deputy within this House, and again any member of the public, who hasn't been touched by a charitable organisation in a personal capacity. I know I have myself, when my own father was dying of motor neurons, and the Irish Motor Neurons Association and the help and the support that they gave our family was second to none. And organisations like that, Minister, cannot carry out that service or cannot give that compassion to families like my own without the likes of you, Minister, and other TDs and other members of the public dipping their hands into their pockets and handing over hard-earned cash to enable them to do so. And Minister, the recent scandals in relation to the CRC has rocked the confidence of many people. Now I feel very confident that it's not going to stop people from giving to charities, and neither should it, because we can't let the greed of the few inflict on the very many who are in need of those charities, because that would be unfair, and I think people in society will recognise that, Minister, and they will continue to contribute to charities. But damage has been done to the confidence in some areas. There is no doubt about that. You can't have a scandal like that without people's confidence being rocked. And Minister, you have it within your gift, and it's probably a sense of envy from opposition TDs when they see a minister such as yourself, who has the power within his remit to actually enact the very measures which is needed to restore that public confidence to a sector which relies and which thrives on public confidence. And Minister, while we welcome your announcement to set up the regulatory authority by Easter, I think you said, it needs to go beyond that as well, and I think you recognise that yourself, Minister. I mean, I followed some of your speeches since you became Minister for Justice, and I remember in 2011 you said that the whole charitable sector, while there was some regulation in relation to the Director of Corporate Enforcement having a role within it, that without doubt the ideal solution would be to enact all aspects of the Charities Act in 2009. And Minister, that's what needs to happen. Because Minister, at this time in Irish society, and where we find ourselves now at the beginning of 2014, there is probably more pressure on charities to provide those very services, because we are coming off the back of an economic recession. And I'm not going to play politics with this issue, but it is a fact that because of the economic situation we found ourselves in, that we've had cutbacks in areas such as community groups and support services right across all spheres of Irish society, and as a result more and more people have been forced to turn to charities. Even local welfare officers, Minister, in my own constituency, and I'm sure this is replicated in other constituencies, are now directing people who come in to avail of Department of Social Protection Services, are now being directed to organisations such as St Vincent de Paul.
Thank you,
so, Minister, you have it within your gift, at the stroke of a pen, to restore public confidence in this area, and it is needed now more than ever, Minister. So I would hope that you could support Deputy McLaughlin's bill, and I hope that we can work together to restore the public confidence and to ensure that those people who rely on charities get the support that they need.
Thank you, Deputy Assistant.